Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Sneakernomics, back with another banger. We're gonna start off today by looking back at some of the biggest sneaker releases that went down this week. I wanna start off with these, the Air Jordan 4 Craft in the olive colorway. These sat, and in fact are still sitting in pretty much a full-size run on the Nike Sneakers app here in the UK. It's probably the same for you guys over there in the US. Stock numbers were rumored to be very, very high, and alongside the high numbers, you also have this very high retail price point. Although the colorway is very, very nice and very apt for the season, I think that this whole Jordan 4 Craft take is a little bit polarizing, and I can't help but feel that if this Jordan was just in this colorway without the craft treatment, they would have been so much more popular. Still a cool shoe though, although I passed. Did you pick up a pair? Let me know. You guys also had a shock drop over there in the US of the Air Jordan 11 Gratitudes or the DMP Retros. Something like 620,000 pairs dropped on the Nike Sneakers app in a shock drop. Did you come up on that? And we also had raffle dubs go out for the A Ma Maniére Jordan 5 in the Photon Dust colorway. I think I also saw these sitting on a website over in the US as well. Let's kick it into some sneaker news, and I want to start off by talking about these. We got some official images of the Soulfly Air Jordan 8. This collab is being dubbed the Mikasa e Sukasa. And at the heart of the design is a celebration of Cuban culture. It also pays homage to MJ's very brief and pretty poor foray into the game of baseball. In a nod to, oh man, watch me butcher this one, Alacranes del Almendares, a legendary Cuban baseball team. The sneaker incorporates the team's colors. These are set to come out on the 2nd of December for a retail price of $225. The Air Jordan 1 Low 85 metallic blue returns next year. Doesn't look like they're gonna be slowing up on the OG Jordan 1 Lows, but these are set to come out sometime in the spring of 2024, retail price of 170 bucks. They're pretty simple, they're pretty boring, they're pretty basic, they're pretty neutral. Definitely one for the OG heads out there for sure. Drake's Air Force 1 Low Certified Lover Boy is going to be restocking on November the 24th. Keep an eye on your Nike Sneakers app for this restock. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Air Force 1, in particular how a number of collaborators have revealed some upcoming exciting collabs that look, to be fair, very, very similar to this all white pair of Drakes, so stick around for that. JJ Jound is back with another New Balance collab. He's gone for another 2002 R model, a green suede and Gore-Tex concoction. No firm release date at the moment, but I'm just gonna put it out there and guess that it's going to be coming out sometime soon because we are in the throes of autumn and winter. The shoe has this jet black ballistic mesh Gore-Tex upper, which obviously provides the durability, murdered out sole units, and Jound's signature black on black midfoot N motif. You've also got some mossy suede green overlays and 3M reflective detailing. Pretty cool, pretty nice, but in true Jound fashion, these could just as easily have been a GR, and given the presence of the Jound branding will mean these will sell out instantly and probably go on to command some money in the resale market. What do you guys think of these? Jean Paul Gaultier and Sacai are back with two woven Nike Vapor Waffles. One of the pairs in this muted white and neutral gray type colorway, and the other one in this bright, exciting, multicolored colorway, quite reminiscent of the very first Sacai Vapor Waffles. And these are set to drop next week on the 22nd on the Jean Paul Gaultier website, supposedly around 12 o'clock Central Eastern Time. The Jordan Stadium 90 has kind of taken a leaf out of the Travis Scott Friends and Family Jordan playbook and applied a very similar color scheme to its model, which looks pretty good, man. It can't be denied. These look cool. No release dates, but the price point at 140 bucks is pretty reasonable. We've had our first looks at the Nike Air Max Pulse Batman. No release date on these as yet. Price point 150 bucks. The sneakers feature a mesh upper. They've got nubuck overlays and definitely have that 90s Batman theme to them. Pass from me, but they're still pretty cool. We've seen some images of the Nike Air Flight 89, which honors its OG Jordan 4 roots with a black cement colorway. I'm a big fan of the Flight 89s. It's been overshadowed massively by its brother, the Jordan 4. And a lot of people tend to forget that a lot of really good players, including Scottie Pippen, rocked the Flight 89s. This black cement colorway goes hard. Big fan of the cement on the midsole. Right, so let's talk about some Travis Scott sneakers. I want to talk about this Jumpman Jack trainer that we have seen a couple of new colorways of, a Taupe Haze colorway and then another colorway in this sort of dark mocha / black colorway. Both both of these are supposed to come out spring of next year. Reebok Club C. There is a really awesome collab coming out with Dime on November the 25th. That's next week. And this collab features a trio of pretty nice colorways. You have this sort of sandy colorway, this nice bluish grayish colorway, and then this metallic silver colorway that also comes inspired by 90s chunky skate shoes. 120 bucks, so very affordable price. Really tasteful co-branding on them as well. A sleeper shoe. We've had some more pictures of the Air Jordan 4 women's sale set to come out spring next year. The pictures we had to go off previously were the potato pictures, and these pictures aren't a whole heap better. The shoe's a little bit washed out in these images, but you get the drift. Leather upper, sailed out midsole, some metallic gold on the eyelets, matching cream action on the back tab. They definitely look very clean, can't deny that. I've had some detailed looks of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Year of the Dragon, set to come out the 24th of January next year. I definitely think this year's Year of the Rabbits are better than these, but these are pretty cool. I'm definitely getting the dragon vibes from them, particularly with the scaly material on the upper, contrasting with the red on the tongue and the swoosh. I think my favorite bit has got to be the golden hits on the back tab. That looks pretty fire. No word as to whether or not these are going to be as limited as the Year of the Rabbits were this year. Remember, they were only 5,000 pairs, but it's definitely a cool looking shoe. Had our first look at another new Nike Dunk Low, this time in a waffle theme. 125 retail, no release date announced just yet, but these look pretty cool. 15-year-old pro skater Racer Leal gets her very own Nike SB Dunk Low. These are set to drop next spring, and this marks a pretty cool collaboration. We saw how successful the Yuto Horigome SBs were this year, and given this young lady's prodigious talent, the fact that she's won an Olympic silver medal justifies this pretty cool looking collab, which is a mishmash of different textures. You've also got contrasting swooshes on the different shoes, her logo on the back heel, the gum sole. Also a nice touch with the beaded Dubré, which shows a trio of smiley faces. I'm definitely liking the fact that Nike SB are giving some attention to their signature athletes. Right, so I said we were going to have a little bit of a chat about some upcoming Air Force Ones that bear a striking resemblance to Drake's certified Loverboy Air Force Ones, and the first ones I want to talk about are these. These are the Fragment designed Air Force Ones. It's a low top coming out in all white, and whilst Fragment, like others, are known for their minimalistic approach to sneaker collabs, the minimalism on this particular collab is jound level. You have some pretty discreet details, discreet being the operative word here, in the form of the Fragment engraving on the midsole. You've got the stamp on the rear of the shoe, and bro, that's about it. What do you guys think of these? Not to be outdone, we have seen this week some images of a Little Yachty Air Force One Low, also in all white, although this one does have a black liner and a black outsole, and features Little Yachty's Concrete Boys logo on the back rear heel portion. Now at this point, it hasn't been confirmed whether or not the sneaker is going to be made available to the public. This could very well just be a friends and family only pair. Whilst I'm sure sneakerheads and hype beasts would definitely go nuts for the shoe if it did release. Me personally, I don't think I'll be too bothered if these just stay friends and family. We might be getting another Air Jordan 1 Low Voodoo from Zion Williamson, this time in a darker colorway that's dominated by some blues and some navies. These also look pretty tough, although I definitely prefer the OG pair to these, and it's not clear at this time whether or not these will actually be an official release. These were shared by Jordan color designer Kelsey Amy, who's typically tasked with creating one-offs for athletes, and so it seems likely that these were just a one-off pair made for Zion. But you know what happens when these leaks go out, people get very excited and people expect an imminent release date. Not the case here, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and following me on IG so I can keep you updated anyway. So we've seen some official retailer images of the Jordan 3 Craft Ivory, and this model is obviously an addition to the Craft family. We're already well acquainted with the reimagined Jordan family at this point. And the Craft 3s, I'm not mad at. This particular colorway, I'm not mad at. Materials look good, colorway looks good. They've kind of got like a little bit of shadow action going on with the Jumpman on the tongue, and then the Nike Air and the Jumpman on the heel. Sort of milky, semi-translucent outsole, which will obviously be pretty quick to yellow and I'm sure look pretty bad after some time. But given these kind of already have a semi-aged look with the ivory theme, I don't think that's a bad thing entirely. Definitely a cool looking shoe, set to come out early next year. We've also had confirmation that we are going to be getting the Air Jordan 17 Low in the University Blue colorway, fall 2024. For, get this, $300. Now these, despite their high price, aren't going to be coming with the Jordan 17 briefcase, and marks an interesting time with a couple of Jordan 17 colorways on the horizon. Do we think that some of the higher model Jordan numbers could be set to pop off, given how rinsed and repeated some of the older retros are feeling? Let me know. I don't think so, but you never know. Undefeated are collaborating with Nike on the Terra Humara in 2 different colorways. We have a black pair and this lighter colorway mixed with some brown that you can see here. I never really got into the Terra Humaras, but I think with this big push from Nike into the ACG space and with the popularity of a lot of other outdoor brands this year, this seems to be the direction that Nike want to head into 2024. We've had our first look at Dior Greenwood's Nike SB Blazer Mids. She's also working on an SB Dunk High, which looks pretty bright and vibrant, but these blazers are not. They come out in this monochromatic, murdered out black and dark gray color palette. Nubuck overlays at the throat feature these intricate designs reflecting a depth of craftsmanship and cultural resonance. Embossed firewood symbols on the midsole. Yeah, I don't know, man. These aren't it for me. Rightio, let's talk about some upcoming sneaker releases this week that you might want to get your radar gun out for. First up, we have on the 22nd, another release of the Air Jordan 5 A Ma Maniere. You have both pairs dropping for $225. All the usual retailers are going to be throwing up raffles for these momentarily. From what I've seen in the resale market, I think the black pair is going to be going for a little bit more, but broadly speaking, the hype on these doesn't seem to be too crazy. On the 25th, you have the Air Jordan 3 Fear. First time we've seen the sneaker in 10 years. Again, hype, not crazy. I wouldn't be surprised, in fact, to see these sit. I haven't seen stock numbers, but given the retail price, 200 bucks, given the fact that it's been a pretty hectic month for a lot of people buying sneakers, I don't think these will be a hard cop. And that is it for this week's sneaker wrap. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. Do me a favor and like the video before you bounce. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Always enjoy reading your guys' comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.